Hi, welcome back to Talking Talent with TaRita. Today we're talking about strategic interviewing part 2. In particular, we're talking about behavioral-based interviewing and what that process is. So the whole premise behind behavioral-based interviewing is what candidates have done in the past on a job they're more likely to do in your job. And so your past behavior is the best predictor of future performance. And so I am a big fan of this type of interviewing. I think it's better than asking candidates what they would do or what they could do. I want to know what they have done in the past. So these interviews are all based around the competencies for the job. So for instance, if teamwork is one of your competencies, then we're going to ask questions around, tell me about a time that you were on a team and it didn't go so well, or tell me about a time that you were on a team and it went great, and what was your contribution to that team. So you really want to look at those competencies and have questions around each of the competencies that tell you what they have done in the past job, so you get a glimpse of what they will do in your job. I think it's really important to think about your entire interview process. So maybe you start off with a phone screen with the recruiter. You're asking those concrete questions. Right out the gate, you're asking salary and compensation expectations. I know candidates don't necessarily like this question, but you don't want to waste their time and you don't want to waste your time. So you want to know that up front. You want to make sure you have a good understanding around all of the legalities and the compliance issues in that first screen, and those basic questions to get a gauge if this is a candidate that you think could move on to the next round. Once they go on to the next round, this could be another virtual interview, it could be an in-person interview, it could be a panel interview. The key to panel interviews is make sure that everybody that you have in this process is trained and that everybody is on the same page and that you're asking the same questions to every candidate so that you can get a really holistic picture of who this person is based off of the competencies for the job. After you finish your interviews, you really want to do a great debrief. I love debriefs, and because I know people tend to fall into groupthink, or if that hiring manager is in that debrief, I will ask them to share their opinion last so that they will not sway the rest of the panel. And I will ask the panel individually on paper to rate their candidates, to force rank all of the candidates. So if it's 1 to 5, who's their number 1, who's their number 2, and then we have the discussion after we see the ranking so that people are not challenged to think like, oh, did I see something wrong? Because each person may be assessing a different competency and maybe seeing something a little bit different in that candidate, and each candidate may interact with different interviewers differently. More to come on strategic interviewing. Thank you and have a great day.